What is going on, guys? And today we are back with another build video, and today it is Kuzenbo support, the end of season 4. This is going to be a standard and fairly boring build, just because Kuzenbo to me is not the best support. Release, he was pretty bad, then he got pretty decent, and then he got really good, and then he just went meh again. Kuzenbo's never been like... He's been a very underwhelming god since release, in my opinion at least. But nevertheless, we'll get into the build first. First thing you want to do is start off with is Watcher's Gift, Lono's Mask. That's the start you want to go. Double starter item is very common, and these two are the support starter items. It allows you to just heal up and get extra gold from essentially not doing anything, just being there. So that's always really good. Shoes, you want to go ahead. Did Kuzenbo just fart? The shoes you want to get is Traveler Shoes. This is the support boots, really. It just makes it so when you're out of combat, you move faster, which is really, really good for supports because in Conquest, you're going to be the one peeling, trying to get your team to safety, so it's always good that you can have a little bit of extra movement speed when you're all by yourself. Now, the first actual item we're going to be getting is a common support item. It's just Jade Emperor's Crown. You'll see it on a lot of supports, almost every support. Gives you some power, gives you some physical protection, and gives you some health. So you get 20 power, 50 protection, 100 health for only 2150 gold, which is really good. But also, enemy gods within 55 units have their physical power reduced. So it's also a nerf to enemies and just a big buff to you for a relatively cheap price. Now, next item you want to get is a little spicy. You won't see it a lot on Kuzenbo, and that's Voice Stone. Well, you won't see it a lot on... a good Kuzenbo, I guess I should say, because Kuzenbo, while he can do some damage, that's not his role in support, but Voidstone is kind of that hybrid item. You're going to get 150 health, you're going to get 20 magical power, which is a little bit, not a whole lot, but you're going to get 60 protections, which is really good, and we don't have any magic protections yet, so we need to get some of those. And enemy gods within 55 units have their magical protection reduced by 20, so Voidstone and Jade Emperor's Crown are essentially the same item, except one is magical and one is physical, obviously. But they both allow you to do a little bit of damage. And the reason I like that with Kuzenbo is because his Nene Kappa hurts, man. When you can smack someone with it and you're leveling that first, it could put the hurts on people. Next item you want to get, you probably don't want to get this if you're behind, but if you're doing all right, get Mystical Mail. It's 2,700 gold. It is expensive. It's a little bit later in the game, which you don't usually get Mystical Mail later in the game, but it's going to give you 300 health and 40 physical protection, which isn't a whole lot, but the passive is amazing. All enemies within 25 units are dealt 40 magical damage per second. So if you don't know what Mystical Mail is, this is Mystical Mail. I'm just going to go stand by Odin. That's Mystical Mail. You see him taking damage? That's literally what the item does. The item just makes it so if you're near someone... So you could get a kill by doing this. If they're running away, you know how many times where someone's been running away and they're like, just get him, just get him. He's got 2 health. Well, you know, you got a Kuzenbo. You could just dash up to him. Boop. Mystical Mail. Really good like that. And with Kuzenbo being able to dash up into someone and hit him with a Kappa and use their ult, Kuzenbo almost requires you to be up close and personal with someone, so getting a Mystical Mail, it just helps with that, and it makes you a little more scary. Gods aren't going to necessarily want to mess with you because you do have the Mystical Mail, and you have Voidstone and Jade, so you're still going to be doing some damage to them, so it's not going to be smart for them to go up and try to test you. You're going to be selling both starter items at some point, obviously, and the last 2 items to round it off are the generic support items. But the reason I'm doing that is because right now you are building a very damagey support, and that's not Kuzenbo. Not saying Kuzenbo can't do damage, but he's not an Ares, he's not a Cerberus, he's not a Cabrakan, he's not one of those gods. So this isn't super conventional, and the reason you're allowed to get away with that is because you finished off with 2 items like this, Heartward Amulet, and Sovereignty. The 2 like traditional support items. Basically, if you don't know what they are, you get 45 protections and 200 health, 40 protections and 200 health. It's not a lot, but the passes are what really good. Passes for Sovereignty, allied gods get physical protections and health per 5, magical protections and mana per 5. So having these 3 items allows you to be kind of tanky but still do damage, and then rounding it off with these 2 allows you to be the more traditional support. overall, a nice, well-balanced build. You're not super tanky. You only have 166 and 156 respectively, but you're going to be having some health obviously from the Mystical Mail, the Void Stone, the Jade, and the Sov, or the Heartward, sorry. So you get a lot of health in this build, and with you being able to get your Kappa online a lot by popping your 2, it just allows you to do more damage. Like I said, this isn't a very, very conventional Kuzenbo build, but I like it, and if you use Kuzenbo right, this build can work, and it can work wonders. If you are using him in a way where you are trying to get as much use out of your Kappa as possible, like if you're just clearing wave with your Kappa and then running away, might not be the best, but if you're trying to get a bounce and hit a Kappa on an enemy god, or just use that Kappa for poke, that's where this build comes into play big time. We haven't gone over relics yet. For relics, I would just recommend kind of the standard Magic Shell, Heavenly Wings, Magic Shell, Horrific Emblem, Magic Shell, Cursed Donk, Heavenly Wings, Magic Shell, something like that. You could even get Blink. Blink alt or Blink dash is really nice with Kuzenbo, but you have to be good at it, so I would practice that a little bit before you actually go in to like a ranked game and doing it or something like that. But that is going to wrap up the build, guys. If you enjoyed it, be sure to drop a like and hit support for more content, or drop a like and hit support. Drop a like and hit subscribe for more content like this, and leave a comment. Let me know if you tried out this build and how it worked for you. Until next time, peace.